live. All right, John and Maria, we're live. Hey, everyone.
Hey, guys. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, live at 5:30. How you doing? Let me just get our camera doing what we needed to do. All right, so I think we've got our technology working. We're leaving technology up to me, which means there's a problem. How you all doing? You feeling good? All right, I wish I could see everybody. The camera, you know, the screens are so small. And so every Monday at 5:30, my beautiful partner in life and I just go on and just chat about, you know, what's going on, what's real, what's happening in your world and what's happening in our world, and just having a bit of fun. And so, Anne, I'm glad you enjoyed last week as well. And we didn't have a topic today. We wanted this to be organic.
Yeah.
And this is week 6 for us being...
Week 6 or week 5? Week 6 of being in quarantine. But
week
this is
6
our
of
fifth
being
week of doing
in quarantine.
This.
Yeah. So, you know, we're managing, I think, quite well. How are you guys managing?
We're doing awesome.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't we ask some people where they're from?
All right. So where are we from? So we have Nettie from the East Coast. All right. Hi, Audra. And Rose is asking you how you are. And whoever last week said, John, let Maria speak. She and I talked about this, and I'm going to let her talk more this week.
Hi from Rinmoy from India. Nettie from the East Coast. Hey guys, where are you all from?
Yeah, let me just see, from India, from Toronto. Awesome. From Ontario, Canada. Hey, Natalie.
Montreal.
From Montréal. Bonsoir. Bonjour.
Anyone from Spain or Mexico or Latin-speaking countries?
Thank you, Bill Church. We love you too, buddy.
Panama.
Leslie from Perth, Australia, one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's actually very similar to San Diego. Nicaragua, Brampton, Ontario, LA.
I promise next week we'll get my Spanish mother on here. And maybe she can play the castanets for a little bit or do something fun.
Her mother, how many of you have seen, I don't know if I've posted it on Facebook, but I know on Instagram we've posted some videos of her mom. And it's just been hilarious. She's 80 years old and a fireball of fun. We'll get her. How many of you would like to see her do a little flamenco dance? She's a flamenco instructor. And so she's been entertaining us for the last 5 or 6 weeks.
She's been entertaining us for the last 13 years that she's been living with us.
13 years.
13 years. She's a hoot.
We've been together for 20 years, married for 14 and a half.
Good job, honey.
Right? 14 and a half. Are you single? Are you married? Just fill us in. Let me just see.
Hi, Kumiko.
Hi, Kumiko. Yeah, I see.
Oh, I just heard the castanets upstairs.
Oh, do you have the castanets, Juanita? Yeah. Come down here.
Oh, we have a surprise.
Oh, hold on. You guys. Listen. Hold on. Watch this. This is. Can you see this? Hold on. She's going to come through here. This is totally unexpected. Unexpected. Watch this. Where is she?
Come here.
This is our 80-year-old. Right there. Stay there. No, right there. Say hello to everybody. This is Juanita. All right. This is Juanita, Maria's mother. How old are you? How young are you?
I'm 80 young.
80 years young?
Yes.
80 years young, one of the top flamenco instructors in the world. All right. And we get to live with her.
No, I get to live with them, thank God.
This is Maria's amazing mother, Juanita.
And this
Amazing
is-
cook, amazing personality.
And my
She'll-
amazing son-in-law.
She will tell you, life is not about how many years or how old you are, but it's how many years you put or how many experiences you put into those years.
Into those years.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hasta luego. Adios.
There's your surprise for the night. How's that? Hold on. Was that good? Was that fun? Wasn't that great? Hold on a second. I think I just lost. No, I think we've got.
We're still there on Facebook.
Okay, we're still on. So that was Maria's mother. And so one of the reasons I married her, when I met Maria and I met her mother and I saw what a fireball she was, I said, okay, I know a little bit of the genetics that's in her. And it made me fall in love with her even more.
Thanks.
And she's been living with us for about, 10 years. 13 years. Half of that time I didn't even know she was living with us.
You know.
But anyway, that was totally a surprise. We were planning for it for like next week. But I think she heard us and she says, oh, no, let me get on show right now.
She's itching to perform. This is the first time that she has never worked. She has a dance studio and she's been running that for decades, and she's used to dancing 4 days a week, and due to the quarantine her studio has been closed, so she loves to perform, and she's somewhat of a little bit of a diva, so she had her chance just now, and that just also made her day, so thank you.
We should have her do some lessons. How many of you would like a flamenco lesson, a virtual flamenco lesson one night or one afternoon? We can do something like that. Chicky, yes, an angel from Ireland. No way she's 80. Yeah, Heather, she is 80. Can you believe it? Hey, Kumiko and Rose. Yeah, she's really the best. I mean, I couldn't have my mother live with us, but I could definitely have her mother live with us.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Actually, my mother's a sweetheart.
She is a sweetheart.
Just lots of work. My dad as well. He lives alone. My mom lives in the hospital now, but she's fun. So, what's new? What's exciting?
For me?
Well, okay. What's new? What's exciting for you?
Well, during this quarantine, I have started to have a passion for cooking again. I feel like my creative juices are flowing, and I'm wanting to be creative and create some fun things that I haven't wanted to do the last year while I was recovering from surgery. So it's funny. I think this quarantine is sort of like brought me out of my rehabilitation almost in a strange way. So I'm super grateful for it. And that's the one thing that I've loved this past week is just that fire in me to create again.
Love it. I have a unique question to ask all of you. And it's based on a research study, not a research study, but a survey that was done recently around, is there any part of you, and think about this for a moment, is there any part of you that's actually happy that you're quarantined right now? So forget about the danger and the threat, but is there any part of you that is actually happy for any part of it, whether it's to have downtime, whether it's time to reflect or think, upgrade your skills, recalibrate your values? Is there any part of you that is happy about that? I'd love to know the answer to that. So we have yes from Anna, yes from Angela, yes from Lady Cans, Heather, yes. Any part of this that you're happy about. And again, let's take aside the danger. So we've got Dan the man, 100%. We got a lot of people saying it's been great. Yes, of course, just painted your apartment. Yes, you enjoyed it. Yes, life is happy. Time of reflection. Love the quiet.
Heather, Glenn is doing your Inner Sizing Eliminating Procrastination program. She just started during this and taking the time to go through the program. That's awesome. Love
it. Awesome, Heather. I'm glad you're in level 3 of the procrastination program. I just released a new program called 7 Days to a Millionaire Mindset. And we're going to give it to people to significantly reduce coronavirus Price, and some of you know this. So we have some people said, yes, get more chance to spend with the animals, time to go inward, love the free time, loving it. Yes, love it. It's interesting, isn't it? Hey, Maria Dorfner. Yeah, so there's a lot of people. It was interesting because 22% of the survey, people said, yes, absolutely. And then like another 40% said they really appreciate having, this time, however they're using it. Yeah, which is awesome. So thriving in other ways, reflecting, time to pivot. How many of you have had to make some serious pivots where like it turned your whole world upside down? Because that's the other side of it, right? Whether it's, lost a job, business had to close down, had to furlough employees, you're in disempowering patterns. How many of you did it, change in a disempowering way? Right? Because that's the other side of it too, right? So we got to address that. There's a lot of mental health issues, emotional health issues right now, a lot of domestic violence happening, which I hope is not happening to any of you. So how many of you, have experienced, that part of it as well?
So if they're feeling that, sweetheart, what would be some tools they could use?
So I was just talking to Dr. Heidi Hanna before this, our Facebook Live, and she's one of the leading experts in the world on stress and dealing with this stress. And a lot of times when people's lives have been upended, whether it's good or challenging, then we're going to feel the mental and the emotional neurochemistry of that. And one of the things that is always coming to the forefront is the meaning that you give what is happening is going to activate the feelings, right? So the meaning that you give it is going to activate the feelings. That was part one. Part two is if you don't have the skills to deal with the changes, positive or disempowering, then it really affects people in a negative way. So I always like to ask people is, what are you doing to reduce the stress first, to deactivate the emotions which are being triggered obviously in your brain? And so, one of the things I always teach for my body of work called Innercise is breathing exercises, mindfulness, meditation, exercise, yawning, caressing yourself, listening to music that you love. So anything to release the stress, including distraction therapy. So distraction therapy is grab a movie that you really like or a movie that you that haven't seen that you want to see. Watch a comedy on Netflix or anywhere else. Anything to distract you is a good way initially. And then skill. Then it's skill. And how can I make the shift that it means it will empower me versus disempower me? But the first part is you have to deactivate the stress and emotional centering. You can turn that one off if you like. Hold on. You know what we're doing here is she's got us looking at us on the phone right now. Like we're sitting here looking at the phone, but
You're so goofy.
we were just checking to make sure that it was working. So part of it, right, is challenging. And I see, Terry says, my stress is fear. I'm not self-isolating. I'm hiding. And so whenever we have a fear, and I've talked about this on several, of the live sessions we've done already, but I don't know who's new and who isn't. Fear is an automatic response in our brain. So up on my panel up there, I've got Einstein brain and Frankenstein, or Einstein and Frankenstein. Whenever we are focusing on what if negative, what if I lose my job? What if I get the coronavirus? What if I die? What if a friend dies, a family member dies? What if negative or what if disempowering thought? We're going to activate our fear center in our brain. And that's going to exacerbate how we feel because it's directly tied to our cortisol release and our epinephrine release and our adrenaline release. And if we keep thinking about what if negative, then that works in a way that's not in our favor.
Right.
And so you've got to deactivate that. And for those of you that are, whether you're on Instagram or on Facebook, I've given my free inner size brain training audios to be able to help you do that. There's 9 brain training audios that you can get for free from us. That comes with my book Inner Size, but I'm giving it to the world right now. So what do you do?
Well, so during this crisis, I have had a little bit of anxiety pop up. And it's usually around when I'm watching the news or reading the news stories of showing the patients in the hospital.
Oh, it's so bad.
And because I had several surgeries this past year and one of them had a complication, it takes me right back to that feeling for me. And I have to limit those images. If I take too much of it in, I start reliving that time for me, and I go straight into breathing exercises to calm my nervous system down. And this is very new for me. I am not a person who ever had anxiety or have panic attacks. But I've noticed if I'm watching the news, and I'm specifically images of hospitals and patients, I go back into that feeling of when I was in there. I remember it.
Yeah.
And so I can't focus on it, or it'll just take me to the edge.
Yeah. That's called NAC, N-A-C, Neuro-Associative Conditioning. So anytime we're seeing something or hearing something or reading something, it doesn't matter, our brain is activating the memory bank as well. And if there's a positive association with what we're hearing, seeing, reading, or experiencing, then we feel fine. But if there's anything in our memory bank associated with that image, that person, that thing that's negative or painful, then it taps. I'm reading it. Use tapping. Then it activates that stress response automatically without thinking. And the more emotional the negative experience was in the past, the faster it activates. And our brain wires negativity 10,000 times faster than it wires positivity. That's why that brain of ours keeps going to the negative, to the negative, to the negative, and we fall into this self-fulfilling doom loops of negativity. So shut off the news. And then Rania says use tapping, EFT, so you can tap on your temples, you can tap on your cheeks, tap on your chin, tap on your chest, tap on your hands. Anywhere that you tap, it's an interruptive strategy, a distraction and interruptive strategy that it works. So tapping is a great tool as well to interrupt your patterns. So very, very, very good. Thank you, Rania, for, I think it is Rania. And Randy Vigil, I'm glad you picked up my book. Are you enjoying it? How many of you, by the way, have read Inner Size? I think I got a couple books. Many of you know I've got my book, Inner Size, right? The New Science to Unlock Your Brain's Hidden Power. My first New York Times best-selling book, Having It All. For those of you who want to learn how to set and achieve your goals, that's a great one as well. So either one of those books, you're more than welcome to get them, right? A little shameless plug. So thank you. So Bill Church says, do you say anything to yourself while tapping? I usually say my wife loves me. She loves me a lot. She loves me even more. I asked Maria this morning, I was feeling a little insecure. And so we were in the bathroom getting dressed, and I looked and I said, honey, I was going to ask you a serious question. She said, sure. And I said, would you love me if I wasn't wealthy? And she looks at me and she says, honey, of course I'd love you. She goes, I'd miss you, but I'd love you.
This is a very old joke that he's been saying for 15 years.
It's one of my stage jokes. When I was, speaking on stage, I would use that joke as an opener. But it's fun. Come on, wasn't that funny? Hold on. For those of you who just heard that for the first time, isn't that funny?
Please don't encourage
Come
him.
on, that was
Please,
funny.
no.
Look, they're laughing, they're smiling, they're saying that was funny. Lots of love.
Oh.
That was funny. Yes, that was fun. Thank you, Mr. Bill Church. Thank you, Debbie, sweet sir. Thank you. Yes, that's a funny joke, okay? She just heard it 10 million times, so it's not funny to her anymore, but funny jokes are funny jokes.
You're funny, honey.
I feel better. I feel better. All right, so here's a little question from me to you. What is your favorite food of all time? Favorite food of all time. Ada husbands think they're funny. Come on. What's your favorite?
Maria Dorfner.
What's your favorite food of all time? What's your favorite food of all time?
Oh, jeez.
What's your favorite?
One.
One,
I
like
love
food.
food. I mean, that's like so hard.
But what's one of your favorite foods? Well, everybody types theirs in.
One of my favorite foods. Oh, that is so hard. I love Vietnamese, Thai.
Do you prefer Vietnamese or Thai? Two different profiles.
Probably Thai.
Thai, okay. And Thai. So pasta, we got
Spanish
burgers.
cuisine, tapas. My favorite type of eating is any sort of tapas, like
Tapas?
nibbling of all different flavors and profiles. And I'm craving sushi, and that's the first thing I'm going to get once we are out of quarantine and we feel safe to go to some of our favorite sushi places. That's going to be the first thing I eat. How about you?
Love it. I see Thai and falafel and burgers and tortellini and salmon dip and avocado, pizza,
Brazilian.
Brazilian meat. I've been vegan for 7 years, but slab of meat sounds about
then
good
I went
right
the
now.
other direction.
Moroccan.
Oh, yeah.
I think
so good.
Middle Eastern. I don't know
Eastern,
if that's
yeah.
because I was born in Tel Aviv, Israel. Terry chocolate, yes. In-N-Out Burger Mark. I was born in Tel Aviv, Israel, so I love like hummus and falafel and any of the baba ganoush, the
and
eggplants, harissa, Mediterranean, Middle Eastern Mediterranean foods. Got to be probably the top for me, and then Thai food because I like super
We're having
spicy.
Thai food tonight.
Yes.
It's already made.
Awesome. So have I tried the carrot bacon? No, I haven't. For positive
Ooh.
thinking, Greek,
I'll have to
Armenian.
Google that carrot bacon.
Carrot bacon, berries, avocado. Awesome. All right. So, what? Any questions that we can answer?
Yeah.
And have I been letting her talk enough today, or am I still dominating the conversation? At home, she dominates. Like, this is my territory, right? Like, she's in my work, right? And I leave her alone all day.
Well,
I come upstairs during this pandemic to eat.
that's true.
I come back down to my home office. All right. So,
Any questions, guys?
yeah, any questions? Thank you, Michael Mayer.
Oh,
Where did you get your blue glasses from? Hers or mine?
well, yours are blue.
Yeah, mine are blue too.
Mine are kind of like turquoisey color. We got them at the same
So-
place.
Which one were
iBob's.
iBob's. We got both of these at iBob's.
They have great glasses, great assortment, every kind of color and style. They're awesome.
Yeah. So how much time do you need to be an expert in any field?
Ooh.
How much time do you need to be an expert in any field? I guess it depends. It depends on, I don't know if it's a matter of time only. It's a matter of experience. So how do you define an expert? And is an expert somebody who can give you a dissertation on something, or somebody that has a lot of experience? So I know that in one of the books, I think it was, it said, 10,000 hours, but that's been debunked since then. So for somebody who's got, the expertise, somebody who's got a propensity for something, and they love it, it doesn't take 10,000 hours. But I don't know if you could say hours. So.
Ooh, what's our favorite hobby? What's your favorite hobby? I know what your favorite hobby is. You haven't stopped talking about it for the last year.
Oh, that hobby.
Yes. Oh, God. Sorry. I apologize.
That's my favorite hobby.
Okay.
Listen, we're with friends now. This is just an informal discussion
So
with friends.
what's your favorite hobby?
Skiing.
Yeah.
Skiing is my favorite hobby. And the other one's like a very close first.
Mine's probably...
Hold on, I'm going to turn the light on. Let me know.
Oh, where are you going?
Just tell me if the light, is that better?
Oh, yeah, it's better. My favorite hobby is probably cooking and traveling. those two.
All right. Any other, Maria, how do I feel about things opening May 1st? I think it's a big, huge, monstrous mistake. You know what it's like? It's like jumping out of an airplane and opening your parachute, and you're coming down nice and safely, and then you decide, you know what? Fuck this parachute. You throw it off. Dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous. Sorry for swearing, but I was just listening to the governor of Georgia saying, we're going to let people go back to work like this week, open up businesses, restaurants this week. And everything that I have studied around this coronavirus and how lethal it is as far as infectiousness and lethal of killing people, it's very, 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 very dangerous. We're getting close to really dropping down and flattening this curve, and to all of a sudden let people get this false sense of security, I think is a very, very, very big mistake. That's how I feel about it. Sorry for swearing before, but crazy.
Another good question from Maria. To Maria. Has being quarantined brought you closer or caused bickering?
We don't bicker.
We don't bicker. We've never bickered.
And so we've always spent a lot of time together, and we've been together for 20 years, and we travel well together, we cook well together, we just have got a great friendship.
We're also used to it. This is not the first time John has been working from home. In the past, you've worked from home. So we're used to this sort of setup. And then last year, again, some of you know, I had surgery. I was basically self-isolating myself for about 5 months. And so we got in a good rhythm here at the house. So it's not, it hasn't been a problem. We
also, know each other's space,
right.
So,
we
know boundaries in space, and Maria likes to have certain times to herself during the day. And I like to have certain of my routines, and we respect that. So really, really good there. TD Plugowski, what's the first thing we're going to do? I know what I'm going to do the first thing. And if I can get on the ski hill, I want to ski and ski some more. So if I've got to go to South America in the summer, I want to ski.
Well, I don't know that. Okay.
That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
We're now going to bicker about that. No, I'm just kidding.
What would you? What's the first thing you want to do?
I think I'd like to go spend the afternoon somewhere and have what I would call a long European lunch. We won't be traveling, but somewhere in San Diego where you just lounge and talk with friends and have like a 3-hour lunch of being outside, and that to me would be the first thing I would love to do. Like maybe go to Rancho Valencia and sit outside like for hours. So that's it. Be with friends and family outside, enjoying a meal. Yeah.
And then what I want to do also is go to like Bora Bora for a week and just rest. I personally have been working 15-hour days now. What I do is I'm doing corporate work and training my private clients and their employees and being on webinars and trainings and starting at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. So I want a vacation after all of this. So that's for me, right? So what other questions do we have? Do we play any instruments, asked by Rose. Hi, Tyrone. Telluride, here he comes, or somewhere else, yeah. So do you play? Maria played an instrument.
As a kid, I played the piano, but not like more than a kid playing the piano.
I cannot play anything. I used to play a little bit of the harmonica just by sound. I used to play the telephone. I could play Happy Birthday to You on the telephone. I could play Mary Had a Little Lamb on the telephone.
Hey, my friend Carrie we've known each other from junior high is on. Hey, Carrie. She said she wants to come to lunch.
Oh.
Yes, that'd be so much fun. We'll love it. Come to San Diego. I'll come to you. I miss you. Miss you, Carrie.
Thanks, Maria Dorfner. We do this every Monday at 5:30 Pacific time, 8:30 New York time. And so let's ask a couple more questions.
And then it's dinner time.
A couple more questions then it's dinner. So we've talked about food, we've talked about instruments, we've talked about my favorite two things to do. One I could talk about, the other one I couldn't. Please, Mr. John, your views about COVID-19. Hussein, we've already talked a lot about that, so I'm not going to get back into that on this one, but Hussein, I'd recommend you watch my discussions that I've already had. There's some Facebook posts on there right now. Hello from India. Hello.
Someone asked, favorite place to go in California besides San Diego? We love Malibu, Montecito,
Malibu, Big Sur, San Francisco, Pebble Beach area, gorgeous. And we're bringing homemade sourdough bread.
Ooh. Let's see. Kamiko's asking, are you sleeping well? I'm sleeping well. I sleep through anything. John, how are you sleeping?
I'm sleeping well. I'm sleeping deeply, but I'm getting up like 6 hours after I fall asleep. Usually I sleep about 7 hours, and I wake up and I'm fully refreshed, but I've just got so much creativity going on right now and so many things that I want to do and so much help that I want to give the world right now that I'm waking up out of excitement to get going, on the day, right? So what are the other questions? Yeah, so I'm just getting excited from the day. And we have one from, where do we have here? Do you take supplements to boost your immune system? Hey there, how are you? I take supplements every day. So I take a combination of vitamins, a mixture of vitamins, minerals, herbs, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin K1, DHEA. I take a plethora of mixtures, whether it's creatine for muscle building and mushrooms for immune system, and turmeric for anti-inflammation, coenzyme Q10. I take 15, 20 different pills or powders a day for energy, immune system, etc., on top of all of the fresh, healthy, organic foods I eat. And you?
I take vitamin C and D and B12. I take collagen, magnesium, potassium, and zinc.
Multi?
No, no.
You're not taking any multis anymore?
I switch it up.
Got it. All right, so Jill Clifton is on. Hey there,
hey,
Jill Clifton.
Jill.
Hey
My girlfriend
there.
who has an amazing lip plumper line.
Oh, what's the name of your lip plumper line, Jill?
Lucy & Co. If you want your lips
Lucy
to
&
look
Co.
so shiny and plump.
Listen, you put her lip gloss on. Is it lip gloss?
It's a lip
It's a
plumper.
lip shine, and it's so powerful that your lips just vibrate, and you know that your lips are getting plump. It's like my lips go like this. Hello, baby. So Jill, lip.
Lucy & Co.
Lucy & Co. So Lucy
And CO.
ANDCO. Lucy & Co. Somebody type that in for us. lucyandco.com.
Oh, some people are saying goodnight.
Plump it up. All right, everyone. So we did about a 35-minute little station interview on our station. And just remember, on Tuesday mornings, I go live doing a little training, and on Facebook and Instagram at 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock on Instagram and Facebook. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing a session for business owners specifically. A lot of people are having a challenging time as a business owner. So I'll share some ideas around business and what you should be doing about business. And then this Friday, I'm doing about an hour and 15-minute training as part of my series that many of you are already signed up for around financial success in chaotic times. So that's a longer training. So just look for the stuff on our posts. And appreciate you. Eve McCarthy, Norman, even though I don't know you, I love you too. And Debbie Sweetser, thanks for always following my work. And Jill Clifton and Lisa Parsons and Mark Robinson's. Mark Robinson, I don't believe any of the conspiracy theories about this horrible virus. Zero, nada, nix. No, not one. And I've done plenty of research on all of them. All right, so thank you, everyone. Appreciate you from our heart. Which hand of your heart?
Oh.
To yours. There you go.
Have a good evening or good morning,
Good
depending on
morning,
where you
good
are in
evening.
the world.
Appreciate you. If you
Bye,
like our
guys.
work, tell everybody. Share. Appreciate y'all.
Stay safe.
I'm going to eat some
Take
Thai
care.
food now. Bye.
Bye.
And share this if you enjoyed this. Now, if I could just end it, that would be great. Thanks, everyone. Arrivederci.